There's no reason for me to get it, and I just don't feel like the risks are worth it.
Thousands of Colorado healthcare workers now required to get the COVID-19 vaccine.
I feel like they're being short-sighted with this, that this is kind of a knee-jerk response.
State health officials sign off on a new mandate, why some fear it could make staffing issues even worse.
Tri-County opts out of opting out. What one of the 3 counties under its care has to say about the new mask mandate.
I went from being, regular 30-year-old guy, athletic, riding a bike everywhere.
His life changed in an instant.
Now I can't feel anything below my waist.
Denver7 talks with a man shot during a violent crime spree as he adjusts to his new normal.
Thousands of healthcare workers in Colorado now have 2 months to get fully vaccinated or face losing their jobs.
Just a couple of hours ago, the State Board of Health approved Governor Polis' request to require the vaccine among employees in most healthcare settings. That's 3,800 hospitals, nursing homes, assisted living residences, and group homes. According to the state, around 30% of the people who work in those facilities have not had their shots.
Denver7 Sloan Dickey tonight on the pushback from anti-vaxxers, anti-mandators, and those who worry this requirement will leave their loved ones without proper care.
Freedom of choice! Monday's special meeting with the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment drew a lot of attention.
Thanks to Zoom, this is most likely the largest meeting that we have ever held.
More than 1,000 people signed up to speak for and mostly against a mandate that would require workers in hospitals, nursing homes, and other long-term care centers to be vaccinated. Ultimately, the ayes had it, and the State Board of Health voted to require staff be fully vaccinated by October 31st.
The facilities will ultimately have to ensure compliance among their employees at that 100%.
Roughly 30% of the state's healthcare workers are believed to be unvaccinated.
There's no reason that I need to get this vaccine.
Some of them protested outside the health department headquarters on Monday.
I would rather protect that freedom of choice than be doing what somebody is saying, you have to get this because we say.
Gretchen Samuels has her own concerns.
My husband is in memory care.
There is the concern of COVID.
I've had the vaccine, my husband's had the vaccine.
But now she's concerned about caregivers jumping ship.
And I'd say they're down, just as a guess, I'd say they're probably down 30 to 40% on staffing.
She says a mandate might drive more people away from healthcare, leaving patients like her husband with even less care.
My message to them would be just that I'm disappointed, that I feel like they haven't listened to people. I feel like there's going to be a shortage of some jobs that are more for younger people.
A dilemma she says that's leaving patients with even fewer options than the staff.
I feel like they're being short-sighted with this. This is kind of a knee-jerk response.
Now, to be clear, this mandate is on companies and not on individuals. That means that companies must come up with a plan to get their employees vaccinated and come up with any exemptions that might be allowed. Now, in order for the employees to be considered vaccinated under this mandate, they must get at least one of the vaccinations by September 30th. Reporting live in downtown Denver, Sloan Dickey, Denver7.
Thank you, Sloan. And the spread of COVID-19 in nursing homes and residential care facilities has been a critical issue. Taking a closer look at the latest data from the state, residential care facilities were the second leading setting for outbreaks, making up 22% of the state's outbreaks. School, child care, and camp settings make up the most at nearly 26%. COVID-19 is sending Coloradans to the hospital in growing numbers. Now, according to the state, 874 people are in the hospital tonight with confirmed or suspected cases of COVID-19. That's the highest number since January 17th, when the vaccine was not even widely available. It's also more than double the number of people who were in the hospital just 1 month ago.
A major shift in mask policy for some of the state's largest school districts. During a special meeting today, the Tri-County Health Board voted for a new mask order, now requiring masks for all students aged 2 and older. And this covers school districts including Douglas County, Cherry Creek, Adams 12 5-star. And the order goes into place Wednesday. The Health Board today also voted to eliminate the ability for counties to opt out of this order. It was just 2 weeks ago that Tri-County Health issued its initial order requiring masks for only kids 2 to 11. That previous order also included the option for each of the 3 counties to opt out and put the decision on masks into the hands of each district. That is no longer the case. Adams County Commissioners and Douglas County Commissioners did vote to opt out, but districts like Dougco Schools and Adams 12 decided to follow Tri-County's order. In a statement this evening, Douglas County Commissioners accused the Tri-County Health Board of going back on an agreement reached last year, saying in part, this decision removed the Board of County Commissioners the promised local control regarding the issuance of countywide public health orders, as orders are being developed and before they are issued. Arapahoe County Commissioners were supposed to decide on opting out or not opting out this week. Commissioners will meet tomorrow now to discuss Tri-County's new health order. Well, thousands of workers are on the ground tonight in Louisiana assessing damage following Hurricane Ida.
Ida made landfall Sunday as a powerful Category 4 hurricane. Heavy downpours led to flooding, while strong winds took down power lines, knocking out electricity to more than 1 million people in Louisiana and Mississippi.
I screamed. It was a big, huge flash. And then there was traveling fireballs arcing up and down the lines.
You saw this happening?
Yes, they were green and purple and orange.
And tonight, Ida is being blamed for at least 3 deaths, but officials warn that number is likely to grow. Ida has weakened since making landfall, but it's still dropping a lot of rain right now. Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson joins us with a look at where it's heading next. Mike?
Thanks, JACLYN. This is a look at the last 24 hours of the track of the storm. Now, just about over the northeast corner of Mississippi for the center of that storm system. It will continue to slowly track toward the northeast, weakening, but has so much moisture that this is the big story now. The winds pretty much down to about 30 miles an hour. The rain could be in some areas 6 to even 10 or even 12 inches of rain. Some of that right across Tennessee, where just last week they had devastating flooding from a different storm system. So a very serious situation will continue out across much of the eastern part of the country. Back here in Colorado, we're pretty quiet right now, but there's actually some tropical moisture in Arizona that's heading our way and could bring some locally heavy rains to our mountains coming up later this week. I'll have the details.
All right, thank you, Mike. And you can help people being impacted by Hurricane Ida. To start with, the American Red Cross is accepting donations through its website right now, redcross.org.
After nearly 20 years, the loss of more than 2,400 U.S. service members and $2 trillion spent, America's longest war is over. Today, the final U.S. troops left Afghanistan one day ahead of the deadline to withdrawal. And this also ends the military's involvement in the frantic effort to evacuate U.S. citizens. The Pentagon admits the U.S. did not get out everybody who wanted to. Secretary of State Antony Blinken believes between 100 and 200 Americans are still trying to get out of Afghanistan.
We're trying to determine exactly how many. We're going through manifests and calling and texting through our lists. Many are dual citizen Americans with deep roots and extended families in Afghanistan who've resided there for many years. For many, it's a painful choice.
U.S. troops face heightened danger during the final days in Afghanistan. An ISIS-led attack last week, as you may recall, killed 13 U.S. service members assisting with evacuations at the Kabul airport. And last night, at least 5 rockets were fired at the airport. Only one managed to hit the facility and did not threaten any U.S. personnel. At just under 20 years, the war in Afghanistan, as we said, the longest conflict in U.S. history, surpassed the Vietnam War earlier this year. And this leaves the war on ISIS now as the only active conflict being fought by the U.S., and that conflict began in 2014. Well, one of the 13 service members killed at the airport last week was Lance Corporal Riley McCullum, a Marine from western Wyoming. McCullum was just weeks away from becoming a father. Well, 2 GoFundMe accounts established after his death now have raised nearly $500,000, one for his child's education and the other for his widow.
Coming up next on Denver7 News at 10, the Secretary of State goes to court to keep Mesa County's clerk away from an upcoming election.
Plus, flames sparking just acres away from the site of the East Troublesome fire.
It was a sizzling Monday with mid-90s, but cooler weather and some rain coming up later this week.